today. From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, everyone, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a let.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Chargers first down.
A quick check on the numbers for Keenan Allen from last week. 8 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carried by number 33.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
On the throw.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
At the 45.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's airing it off. This is caught inside the 15. He will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tyrell Williams, 45 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. A big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
28-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's
going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
28, Josh Jacobs.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
1st down, Charger.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. They run with Edwards. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3rd down, and
from the shotgun, here's Herbert. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. The Raiders have Lynn Bowden back deep. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
At the 7-yard line.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll try and get it with Geis. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. A solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
A fumble on the
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run with Geis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there. 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Room for Jacobs there on 1st down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7.
The tackle by Derwin James.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquill. A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
third quarter, 14-7 our score.
Raiders 14, Chargers 7.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Carr's pass.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The kick is no good.
The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Complete.
18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
On the play.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, Herbert. 1st down and much more for Henry. And down to the 16-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. His throw incomplete.
Herbert's pass intended.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds...
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says let's go for 3. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
14. Chargers 10.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
A 3-yard pickup.
Jacobs now. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Josh Jacobs.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Carr. Hard throw, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. With former Giant Prince Amukamara on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and
Herbert now.
at the 30-yard line.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
A gain of 7.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Tackle made just shy of midfield. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon.
Herbert.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Complete.
That goes for a gain of 31.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and...
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Complete to Austin Eckler.
From 8 yards out. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Lynn Bowden. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 1st down Raiders, Carr to Waller.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
even though it's first down. Here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half.
At 17.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Chargers take over first and
no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
number 30.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down. Carr got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 37.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Geis. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Sly on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25 yards.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Massive on the tackle.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Herbert hooking up.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Running on first down, Eckler. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
to throw on 2nd down. Herbert able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Complete.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Edwards. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
1-yard gain.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He'll get this to Eckler. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
2nd and 5.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now here's Ross. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
3 at the 37-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
Normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Chargers on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for L.A. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle by Derwin James. A gain of a yard.
Here's Bowden.
2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. That's complete to Lynn Bowden. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 21-yard line.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Herbert. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
To Joe Reed.
First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 yards on the pickup.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
44-yard line.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
A gain of
7 yards there and a first down. Herbert on first down now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
Herbert's pass.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. Able to shake, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Malik Collins drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for L.A. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
24-yard.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second and 12. Here's Carr to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Darren Waller.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Carr fights through and able to complete it to Moreau. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Once again, it's Jacobs. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Carr. He'll dump this one off to Bowden, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. This will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
You need to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Herbert and the Chargers down 24-20. Exactly 1 minute remaining. They'll need to take this football 95 yards. No easy feat. And they start out 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
No! A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Complete to Austin Eckler.
One last throw here for Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Las Vegas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz